All right, folks, I hope everyone's doing well out there. As you can see, we're taking another little ride here today to try something new. What I'm on here today is my e-bike here. And I've actually got a couple of different e-bikes that we'll end up talking to you about and showing you on the channel, but I'm on my main one that I ride most of the time right now. And this one is actually a conversion. And I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about e-bikes. So why an e-bike, huh? What do y'all think? Why an e-bike versus a regular pedal bike? And is it worth it? And I guess that's what we'll talk about for a few minutes here today. Why I chose an e-bike and is it worth it? So again, what I have here today, and I know I showed y'all a little bit about this in the beginning, but this is a conversion. It's I bought this bike, I think it was back in 2018 when I got it, and it's a giant Sedona DX is what it is. It's an extra large frame because I'm a tall guy. And nonetheless, I had this bike for a couple of years. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was 2018 when I got it. And I rode it a few times, maybe a handful of times in that couple of years that I had it, but I hardly ever rode it. And I wanted to get out there on it, and I just couldn't make myself do it because, I don't know, I'm just, I guess it comes back to that laziness, that slothfulness that's been a lifelong obstacle that I continue to struggle with. I'm just making myself get up the gumption to get up and do things. So I'm working on it though. It's a work in progress like anything else in life. So nonetheless, I had this bike that I'm on right now for a couple of years. Hardly ever rode it. Just a handful of times over that couple of years, put very few miles on it during that period of time. And then kind of had in my mind, as I've been looking about it, I mean, honestly, ever since I was a kid, I mean, again, I'm 45 years old right now, so it's been a minute since I've been a kid, but ever since I was a kid, this is back in the 80s and the 90s, where technology wasn't the way that it is right now. I used to dream back in the day when I was a kid of putting a motor on my bicycle back then, back in the 80s and 90s when, well, the technology wasn't there. We didn't have all the things then that we have now, but now we do. So now that it's possible and readily available to just go and buy a kit and slap it on your bike instead of having to fabricate the whole thing yourself out of a old washing machine motor or something like that, like you would have had to do 30 years ago. Now, you just get online and you find what you want and you break out the Benjamins and you buy it. So that's what I did. And let me tell you what, that's one of the best decisions I've made as far as bicycling is concerned anyway, because it's just been a game changer for me. Like I said, whereas when I just had a regular pedal bike, and again, I bought that bike, or this bike that I'm on back in 2018, I think it was, like I said. But before that, I hadn't had a bike in about a good decade. Pretty much my entire 30s, I didn't have a bicycle at all. The one that I had previously, it had gotten stolen. I think I was in my late 20s, maybe 29 or something like that, and it got stolen off the balcony of an apartment that I lived at the time. And I just never replaced it and went a good decade without a bicycle. And then I bought this one, hardly ever rode it for a couple years, slapped this conversion kit on here, and boy, let me tell you what, I've never looked back. I ride this thing. I mean, again, I'm not gonna be out here when it's 35 degrees, and I'm not gonna be out here when it's pouring down rain either. I'm not a hardcore individual as far as I'm gonna ride this thing every day or anything like that by any stretch of the imagination. But I will tell you that I've been much more apt to get out here and get on this thing, knowing that, well, it's not just me powering it. If I get a few miles down the road, I'm not gonna be pushing my way back if I get tired or if my legs give out or if it's too hot or if there's a hill that's too big or whatever. So it's just been a game changer, and it's made me much more willing to actually get out here on it and do the thing, which I'm so thankful for. And I put a bunch of miles on this thing. I mean, there was probably in that couple of years that I had this thing without this motor on it, I might have put 50 miles on this thing. It wasn't many. And I've been much more than that on this thing. And well, it's been almost 6 years now since I've had this conversion on it. But yep, so I love it. It's amazing. And what does it do for us? Well, I mean, yes, people ride bicycles for exercise, and that's one thing that some of the purists, I guess, that are against the e-bikes, that's one of their arguments. Oh, well, you don't get any kind of exercise. You got a motor doing all the work for you. And I mean, yeah, that's true. You're not getting as much exercise. It's not as great of a workout, that's for sure. But I'm not training for a marathon here. I'm not trying to find the peak athletic performance of my life here. I'm just trying to, get in a little bit better shape, get out and see the world, get some fresh air, smell the smells. And it's the same thing with riding a motorcycle. You just experience so many different sensations than you would if you were in a cage, in a car. You can feel the subtle temperature changes whenever you go from the sun to the shade, or you go over a body of water. You can smell all the smells coming from the cow pastures, which are just lovely. You can hear the birds chirping, all the things, right? It's just so amazing being in nature, and it just helps you to be present. And like one of my previous videos, I talked about all the different ways that a motorcycle makes you engage. Well, it's no different on a bicycle. I mean, of course it's different, but you're still using your full body. You're still on the bicycle and not in the bicycle like you're inside of a car. You're still on two wheels. You're still having to balance. You're pedaling. You're using your arms to control yourself. I'm curious how the stabilization is going to do over all these pretty good bumps we're going over here. And I'm still going to have to figure out a way to stabilize this camera completely. It's still moving around just a little bit, the way that I have this thing mounted on the handlebars for all these bumps, but no less. So there's so many different benefits to riding a bicycle. I mean, yes, just not only the exercise part of it, getting your heart up, the cardio in and everything, but just the way that it makes you use your entire body to balance. It makes you use all the various different parts of your brain in order to maintain your balance. And it's just a full kinesthetic deal, using various different systems within your body. As I sound like I'm talking about things I don't know about, but nonetheless, bicycling is good for you. It's good to be outside. It's good to be in nature. And what's more, I was thinking another reason why I just love to ride, love two wheels, love to go. It doesn't even have to be two wheels. I just love to go, is because it brings that feeling, that intrinsic feeling of just peace where everything melts away, like I've talked about before. But also, it's like, it gives me that feeling of just moving forward. Like if I'm at home and I'm just laying on the couch or sitting in the recliner or whatever, watching TV, well, I feel like I'm sitting there, because I'm just sitting there. But when I'm out here, I'm moving forward. And that's one thing in life, and this beautiful reality that we can experience here through our five senses that God made for us, and in the spiritual realm that we all have access to. Moving forward is important, because if we're sitting still, we're moving backwards. If we're sitting still, there's going to be things that are going to be trying to draw us in and trying to hold us there and trying to trap us there. That's why we always have to be moving forward. And again, I think that's one reason why I just love riding so much, and why I always have, because you're moving, and it just helps me to have those images in my mind to where I'm always moving forward. I'm always pressing forward. I'm always solution oriented rather than focusing on the problems, which so many of us, I've noticed, are problem oriented and not solution oriented. You can have a problem, and I've seen so many people that, you try to help them. Okay, well, here's this problem. All right, well, what about this solution? What about that solution? And it just seems like some people just don't want a solution. Every solution that you come up with, well, there's something wrong with it. And whenever you're kind of in that frame of mind, there's nothing that's really going to help you to get out of it. So why not get out on an e-bike, or even a bicycle if you are in a little better shape than I am and feel like getting a little more exercise than me? Why not get out and just ride something? Get out and move forward. Do something instead of just sitting around, laying around, watching TV, scrolling on social media. Get out and do something. Experience the nature. Look at all this green around me, all these beautiful blue skies. We've had so much rain here lately. I was just itching to get back out here and get on this thing. There's liable to be some dogs up here. Hopefully they don't chase us too much. Let's see if we can make it up this hill. I think there's some that come from that place right there. Maybe they're not outside. Oh, here they come. Here they come. Would y'all believe, I don't want to jinx myself here, Lord knows, but dogs, they like to chase you on these things, man, especially on these country roads, and folks don't have their dogs pinned up or whatever, which is fine. You know, I keep my dogs in my backyard and everything. But some folks, not everybody has their dogs to where they can't get out, and they will chase you. And would y'all believe it, in the almost 6 years since I've been out here riding this thing on these country roads and everything, I've been bitten before. I've been bitten twice by 2 dogs. One of them was this dog that's kind of around the corner from where I live, and I think that dog was kind of a problem a little bit, kind of a nuisance. I think he was chasing some other people who were walking by and things, and I think those people ended up getting rid of that dog because I hadn't seen that one in a while. And the other time that I got bit, which actually happened before that, that was at this little cemetery that it's kind of one of my little turnaround spots that I kind of go through and turn around on one little loop that I make out here. And these 2, I call them hellhounds because they're like blue heelers, and they came out the woods at this cemetery, chased me down, and one of them bit me on the ankle. So yeah, watch out for dogs, beware of dogs. I mean, I love dogs, I have 3 dogs myself, but they will chase you, and if you're not careful, they will bite you. So if you do decide to get out and ride bicycles like this, just be aware. You're liable to get chased by dogs if you ride it on the streets out in the county like this. But nonetheless, that was a little tangent. So there's so many benefits to being out here and riding, just being in nature, the wind in your face, everything just melts away. You can just breathe, and everything's just so beautiful. And what's more, on this e-bike, did you see that hill that I just came up? Does it sound like I'm breathing hard? I'm not breathing hard at all. It does all the work for you, I'm telling you. That's the beauty of it. And again, I'm lazy, I'm slothful. I could be a purist and be like, no, I'm not gonna ride any kind of bicycle unless I'm the one pedaling and doing all the work. But again, I just found myself never doing it, never getting out there on it. I don't know if y'all can see this hill, what it looks like, but it's a fair little hill, okay? And I mean, this bike I have, you can just pedal and it gives you the pedal assist, or you can give it the throttle and it'll just do it all for you. I'm just giving it throttle up this hill. Let's see what it will make it up this hill in this gear that I'm in here. Let's see. Again, that's a pretty good little hill. 19.8. Okay, it dropped down to 19.8 going up that fair size hill, which is pretty good. And again, it just lets you get out here and just experience all the things around you without being out of breath and sweating down and wondering, am I gonna have enough stamina, enough steam, enough energy to make it back home? Everything just melts away. So I highly recommend an e-bike to anyone who's thinking about it. Doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, are you 80 years old? Can you still get out here and you know, have your balance about you and so on? Go for it, you know, doesn't matter. Anyone who's old enough to know how to ride a bicycle or young enough to still be able to ride a bicycle should experience an e-bike at some point in time in their life, I think, because like I said, it's just a game changer, and I love it. And this bicycle here and this kit that I put on it, this is one of my favorite possessions, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not, I used to be materialistic so much more than I am now. I mean, I practice idolatry so much throughout my life, and I'm so regretful for that, and I repent so much for that. But I've since learned the error of my ways, and certainly do my best not to idolize stuff the way that I used to. And you know, whenever we look around at all the things that we have, there's a lot of things that we never use and plenty of things that we could just part with. But this bike, the way that I have it set up right here, this is one that I'm gonna plan on hanging on to, Lord willing, because it just brings me so much joy just being out here, and I'm so thankful that the Lord's blessed me in so many different ways to be able to get out here and do this. So anyway, just wanted to come on here for just a little bit and give y'all a little ride and talk about some of the reasons why I love riding these things and some of the benefits of them, and just encourage y'all, if y'all have been thinking about it, been on the fence about maybe pulling the trigger on an e-bike, do it. You'll never regret it, I promise you. It'll be the best decision you've ever made as far as getting on anything on two wheels. You'll love it. So, all right, everyone. Well, I hope everyone has a blessed day and that everyone's doing well, and we'll talk to y'all again soon. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.